Kakadosh Boker Tov. We're continuing with the halachot, Shavuot Tov. We're continuing with the halachot of the Pirkei Avot we were speaking about. We're on Perek Gimel. This is going to be Mishnah Yudaled. We're talking about different halachot. It says, in the Torah, in many different places, we see where HaKadosh Baruch Hu comes and he counted Bnei Israel in numerous occasions. Rashi brings down in Shemot Lamed, Pasuk Tet, Mashal letzon ha'chaviva al ba'alea, shenafal ba'davar u'shepasak, amar lo levaksham mincha menei tzoni, v'da kama notru ba'hem le'odia shehi chaviva alav. Which means, right, that imagine right now Bnei Israel were compared to the sheep, which means we are so precious to its owners that if something happened, all of a sudden HaKadosh Baruch Hu will come and say, you know what, 1 second, something happened to them, some of the sheep, whether they died out or they were taken away, so therefore now count them. I want to see how precious they are. And that's exactly what the way is Bnei Israel. Chavivim Yisrael shenikru banim lemakom, chiba yetira nuda lahem shenikru banim lemakom. Look how precious is Bnei Israel that we're called the children of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and look how precious is that how the appreciation that we have. So the Gemara Masechet Yomad Kav Bet Amud Aleph says, Amar Rabbi Yitzchak, says Rabbi Yitzchak, Asur limnot Yisrael afilu dvar mitzvah. You're not allowed to count Bnei Israel, even if you're doing it for mitzvah, which means you want to find out if there's a minyan, but you're still not allowed to count Bnei Israel. Just like the Pasuk says, the Moshe Rabbeinu came and he counted Bnei Israel only through the machatzit shekel. But it's not that he comes and he's actually counting 1, 2, 3 every single Jew. So the Magen Avraham actually was matid limnot etzbaot shel anashim. He comes and he says, you know what, fine, but count fingers. You're not counting a human being, but you can count fingers. Every single person puts up a finger. You start counting the different fingers. And the Radak comes and he says in Shmuel Bet Kavdaled Aleph, Shekol HaYeter is only going to be for tzorech mitzvah. But the Khatam Sofer comes and he says, no, even for a mitzvah, it's still prohibited to come and to count fingers. The Kitzur Shulchan Aruch says that when you do need to count, you could count them by saying a pasuk, whether it's Oshia etamecha v'recha nachalatecha, right, or Vani brochasecha v'avotecha, all these ones that they have, right, 10 different psukim, 10 different words in the pasuk. I once actually heard that you could also use hamotzi lechem min haaretz, but then afterwards just be careful, don't eat anybody. Yeah, but basically why? Because you're doing also, the only beracha, every single beracha only has 9 words. The only beracha that has 10 is hamotzi, and is brought down already in the Shulchan Aruch and the Nosei Kelim. Exactly why is that one that it has 10? Because of the 10 different things that we need in order to get to the bread, or if we're talking about also the entire concept of the 10 is because of our 10 fingers that we're going to come and we're going to put on the bread when we are doing that. The Katav Sofer comes and he brings the name of his father, the Khatam Sofer. The Yisur is even if you're counting from the Ktav. Meaning what happens if, okay, we want to know it's about 10. Let's say I don't know about Oshia Tamecha or V'recha. So what am I going to do? I say, okay, fine, every single one of you, write your name down, all right, and then I'm going to count pieces of paper. I'm going to count from the Ktav, right? That's also going to be Asur, and some people even are Oser b'machshava, meaning that even if you're counting in your mind, and you're saying, 1 second, 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm looking and I'm counting in my mind without actually saying it with my mouth, some people also prohibit that. It says Yosef and then Yaakov. However, though the Shut Torah Lishma Ben Ishchai says that Yisur is only b'mniyat anashim, but to count whether it's going to be fingers or legs or anything else, right? It should be mutar, because that's what they used to do in the Bet HaMikdash. When they used to go through the Kohanim in order to find out they used to count by the fingers. They used to come and put it, and they used to make sure about how. So he wanted to bring a proof from there that's going to be permitted. The Tshuvot Vanago brings down that to do with that, counting exactly how many people are amongst Bnei Israel and Yisur Gamur, and he says that even if you're going to start counting the Goyim is going to be Asur, and it's also brought down in Shut Shevet Levi, but he's going to be Matir in another situation as well. Now this Isur also is if you're doing it also with Goyim and also in Jews. So therefore it's very, very important that a person should just realize, right, not to be counting. It could be even for his children or anybody else, right? They're counting how many people they have in the family in order to know, right, how many tickets, how many this, how many that. A person shouldn't come and start counting. Minimum that they should do is in their mind, because that in itself we brought down was a machloket. But if not, you count a pasuk or you do something else, but you're not going to count Bnei Israel. Remember that one of the reasons for this Isur is actually Ayin Hara. And here again we see another concept of Ayin Hara, and that's what happened because David came and he counted Bnei Israel, that there were a lot of Jews that actually died during that time. So therefore a person should be very, very careful with this halacha in order to make sure that he's not going to put his eye right on Bnei Israel or counting, but rather he counts by doing a pasuk or doing the other ways that we mentioned before.